feel free to start recording. Great, thank you for that. Okay, let me share my screen. So all right, what training do I want to go over today? Okay, so I had a good question just come to me a few days ago. Manal, one of the Chai Thai customers, one of the restaurant customers, was saying, hey, I can't unsubscribe. So I was just curious, is that a common thing that you does anyone here on the call get that commonly, or is that an unusual one where someone will say, hey, I can't unsubscribe from your SMS messages?
It's not like common, but like from time to time you get like one or two.
I got it once or twice too, but it was long ago where the customer just can't like find the unsubscribe buttons down below. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, that's good to know. So so just so you know, like I think mostly people can unsubscribe okay. If anyone ever has a problem, you can always manually unsubscribe someone. So we're hearing Chai Thai. I always pronounce it. I can't remember if it's Chai Thai or Chai Thai. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so contacts. So if you go to contacts, so here, this is the list that we send out to. You can see how many contacts there are, how many have unsubscribed. So if I go into the customers, I can actually search the number, right? So this number, if I remember correctly, it ended in 097022, something like that. All right, so I can search, you know, parts of the mobile number, the whole mobile number, whatever you like. So I noticed, so for this particular person that was complaining, I did a search and I couldn't find them in the contact.
Is it because I already opt out?
Okay, yes, possibly, yes. And then, so what I then did was I went back to contacts and I went here into the opt-outs, and then I found him here. Unfortunately, I can't see a way to search, so I had to use the search feature on my browser, and eventually I found the contact was in the unsubscribe. So you already manually unsubscribed then, did you, Manal?
Yes, the day that they email us about that the link is not working, I click opt out manually. But I just want to know if we can fix the link, if the link is like broken or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look, it's hard.
Okay,
it's hard to tell.
Because that person like told us that they have like clicked unsubscribe for a couple times and it's still,
yeah,
and he or she still get the SMS.
Yeah. So in that case, I would recommend asking them to forward the message, so we actually have the message that they get, because sometimes it can be a two-step process with the unsubscribe. It's not like they click on the link and automatically unsubscribe. Sometimes they've got to click on the link and then confirm again. So it's possible they didn't do it correctly, or maybe there is an issue. But I've got a feeling, I think that they most probably haven't gone through the whole process correctly. I could be wrong though. So because it's not a complaint that we get a lot, yeah, I think the most, I don't know if there was an issue with the link itself, but it's best just if it's possible, get them to forward the SMS message, so we can see what's happening. But yes, but you unsubscribed them already. Excellent. Okay.
What do you mean by forward the SMS?
The actual link. So the one, I don't even know if that's possible actually, but we want to see the actual, if we think there is a problem, it'll be good to actually try the link ourselves. You know, the unsubscribe link, the unsubscribe link.
Can we like try to click the unsubscribe link that we have in the SMS?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I forgot to I forgot to show you before. So let's pretend this is the number that wants to unsubscribe and they're still on the list. You just click on opt out. Yeah, which is what I now would have done. Click on opt out and that will be taken off. So we can manually do that. All right, so we had, this is something we may have talked about. I'll talk about another topic now. This is something we may have talked about in the past. We had not long ago an ad that was rejected, and it was in America because there was in the ad, there was a mention of cocktails, which is alcoholic. And in America, you have to be, you can't, the legal drinking age for alcohol is 21 or over. And so the ad was rejected because in our targeting, so when with our normal targeting, we target the age of 20 and over. So if you're doing an ad in the in Australia, it's okay. We're 18 and over. So in Australia, and I think New Zealand is the same too. The legal drinking age for alcohol is 18 or over. So the ads. So the ad sets, let me go into, oh, sorry, I opened the wrong one. Here we go. So whenever we create, you know how we use the same set, we usually use the same ad set settings. We only change the location and the radius. So I'll just go into just one of these. I'll just choose one of these randomly. Okay, so here we go. So you can see the default settings that we have is 20 plus. But if you've got an ad that's going to mention alcohol, like cocktails or something like that, come in here and change the age to edit it so it's 21 and over instead of 20 and over. Because if we don't do that, for the US, the ad will be rejected. And we want to avoid that, obviously. We don't want ads to be rejected because if it keeps happening, it can they could shut the whole account down, which will affect everyone's all our clients.
Is it possible that even when we choose like 21 and up, but that ad still get rejected?
Yes.
So was that, did someone reply? No? Okay, sorry, I thought someone just answered your question. So good question. I think I'm pretty sure from the from previous experience, it's been okay. Like once we adjust the age, it's all right.
Because the latest one that we got rejected because it had like alcohol here in the photo, but I already like choose 21 and up, so I don't know why it got rejected.
Okay, so what was the name of that restaurant again?
Can you remember? Hold on one sec, I have to find the name.
Was it EA Thai? Was that the one? EA Thai?
No, not that
No.
one.
Not that one.
Okay. หาอะไรกันอยู่เหรอ
หาแอดที่มันมีที่มันโดนรีเจ็คเพราะว่าไอ้นั่นนะเจมีแอลกอฮอล์อะ
มากินี่
มันเป็นร้านเร็วๆนี้แหละ
มากินี่ could you please check the Makini ad
Makini. Yeah. Okay, we'll do. Oh, there it is.
yes
It is Thai Food Connection.
ไม่รู้เดา
Okay, so that one's okay. Thai Food Connection.
yes
alright
ฉันเป็นคนไปแก้ให้เอง
อ๋อร้านเนี้ยเหรอ
อืม
มันเป็น
มันใช่ที่เคยเป็นของพี่แทมมี่ปะหรือว่าเพิ่งมา
ใช่
อัน
มา
นี้
ใหม่
อันนี้เป็นร้านใหม่อะ
อืม
แต่คือมะนาวอะก็ตั้งเป็น21 ถึง 65แล้วอะ
It's Thai food connection.
yes that one
Alright, so let's go here into, so all the ads are running.
it's scheduled to be running on the 25th
Okay, lovely. Okay, great. Alright,
and the one with
That-
alcohol is the one that name bar
oh, that one bar, okay. So far we've got a green, so that's good. Let's just double check the settings. And what you could do too,
yeah I have to change the name
yeah, we just change that, yeah, just so. But that's okay, that's just a naming thing, that's not gonna, yeah, that's just that. But yeah, you got the right age, awesome. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so good to keep it, it would be good to keep an eye on that to see, you know, after the 25th, did it go live okay? Was there any problems? But we do, I'm like, who gets the emails? Does everyone here get an email when an ad goes live or when an ad gets rejected? Who gets, like, I get those emails from Facebook.
yeah I think everyone got it
Everyone gets them? Okay, awesome. Good. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about today? Okay, yeah, the other thing I want to talk about today was Google Ads. So you know how we're in the process of transferring restaurants. You know how we have two Google My Business profiles. We have the old one that we used to use, localforyou1@gmail.com, and now we have the new one, admin@localforyou.com. And some restaurants, eventually, the goal is to move all restaurants from the old profile to the new one, agency one. And so at the moment, it's about half or something like that. So just be aware, whenever we move, just a reminder that whenever we move a restaurant, managing a restaurant from localforyou1@gmail.com, the old one, to the new one, admin@localforyou.com, we also need to move their Google Ads campaign as well. From the original, so let's, from the old one is the, so we've got 3 different countries, AUD, NZ, and US. So for Australia, you know, if you're moving, the old account is the one like AUD, and then AUD2 is the new one. So just be mindful of that to make sure we're moving them over if the management has moved over to the new profile, Google My Business profile. And also just to check, just make sure that the ads are running okay. Like we are actually getting impressions and conversions and there's spend happening. Yeah, that's very, very important. Any questions about that? And nice, don't worry if some of the stuff I'm talking about is going over your head. That's okay. I don't expect you to understand everything. You know, you're still in training, so that's all right. But if you do have questions, we're happy to hear them. All right, so yeah, no questions. Everyone's okay with that? All good? All right, lovely. Okay, so all right, I'm going to talk a bit about Sendy stats. All right, so let me go into, let me go to the marketing client. All right, I'm going to pick a gold marketing client, just random. I'll pick, we'll pick one of San's. We'll pick one of San's gold marketing clients. You, San, you have gold marketing clients, don't you, San? Or Mega, sorry, I shouldn't call them gold. Sorry, Mega.
Yeah, you can check from Rama 5 or Hun He Thai.
Okay, all right, let's go Rama 5. It's going to Cindy.
Yeah, but Rama 5, there are no any promotion turn on right now.
Oh, okay. Which out of your gold, which ones do we do emails? Which ones do we send
Hun
emails
He
for?
Thai.
Hey?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go to that one then. Okay, thank you. All right, so a good thing to do when you're in sending, if you're the account manager for this client, so in this case it's Sun, there's a few little things I like to do while I'm in sending and setting up the emails to go out. So what I like to do, one of the things I like to look at these numbers, the recipients. Now you can see here that the numbers are increasing, so they're going up higher. What does that? Why is that important? Why do I want to be checking this? I know Sun knows because Sun and I talked about it. So I'll let someone else have a go. Monsini, B, but now do you know why do we look at, why is it good to look at these numbers and why do we want to see it increasing? What does it mean?
More
Make
new
sure-
customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, more new customers. Yeah, exactly. So it's good to check this because sometimes we have had in the past where there's been an issue with the API setup. You know how we go into the shopping cart and we put in the, the Sendy list ID, and for whatever reason it stops working. Maybe someone's gone in and accidentally turned it off or whatever. So it's always good to look at these numbers, make sure that they're increasing. Now sometimes they might, so if they are decreasing, it's good to check, make sure everything's working okay. If everything looks to be working okay and it is decreasing, that's okay too. That can happen sometimes. Sometimes there's more people unsubscribing than there's new customers joining the list. So it doesn't mean all the time if the numbers are going lower and lower that it's the API is not working. But it is good to look at that anyway, just to make sure that's okay. So in this case, all good. So what I also like to look at when I'm thinking about promotion. Now I want to look at this in the lens of, or when we're working with a client, we want to make sure that their promotions are effective. That their people are responding to the promotions, because that's how they get more orders from their existing clients. And so what information do we see right here on this screen that can tell us which promotions are popular and which ones aren't? Who can tell me besides San? Because San and I already talked about this. Who else wants to have a go? What information is right here that can tell us which promotions are popular, more popular than others?
Clicks number.
Yeah, the number of clicks. So the blue stats, right? Yeah. So obviously, the more people that click, the more people that are interested in the offer, they're more excited about it. Yeah. And also, so the clicks here tell me that people are really interested in the offer. Now, I also look at the green column here, the opens too, the percentages. Not so much how many people open. I'm more interested in the percentages because, again, the numbers will fluctuate, right? So I like to look at the percentages. Now here it's pretty consistent. Look at this. They're all between 23 and 26%. So there's not much difference here. Like, all these offers are very similar. But it's interesting, if you go to other clients, you might find the percentages differ greatly. And I like to look at this because what the opens tell me is how effective are our email subject lines. Because the subject line of an email will determine whether people open it or not. Now, after they've opened it, whether they click on the offer or not will depend on the content. So the green, the opens tell me if my subject lines are good, and the blue tells me whether the content of the email or the offer is good. Right. So what you want to do is let's go to a different one, because this one again, okay, no, before we go to a different one. So So again, so it looks like all these, so that's a pretty good percentage. That is a pretty good percentage of opens. 23 to 26% is fairly good. So I'm happy with the subject lines. But if we look at the clicks, which offers are really popular and which ones are not? Let's ask. Yeah, B. Yeah.
I think the popular one is the 1 day only with pad thai half price, the last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the least popular will be like 7 click meal promo meal bundle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So we can look at these figures, and it's not just here. I mean, we can also look in the shopping cart too. Like if we go, another thing that tells us how popular promotions are is the shopping cart itself. So let me, where are we? Here we go. All right, so if we go to, here in the shopping cart, we can see for Hoon Hay at the moment, where's all the offer? Okay, so we've got steamed rice here, which 113. So with this one, San, do we rotate turning them off and on, or are these the only ones that are on now and the other ones we don't turn on anymore?
For pad thai, fried rice, and green curry, we rotate to turn on open only Monday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you. Right. And so just by looking at these numbers, we can see the used field here tells us how popular an offer is. I also look at the date, because even though this one's only got, these two have only got smaller, much smaller numbers than these, but they were only created a lot more recently. And so, but anyway, we can get a good indication here how popular an offer is. But also, again, we can tell here by how many people click, right, on the ad. So when you're strategizing, for when you're considering which offers to promote, which ones to not, and especially when you're having the conversation with the restaurant owner, these are the kind of things you can talk about with them. You can say, hey, look, maybe, we tried the new promo meal bundle and a free drink, but I don't think it's really, very popular. So maybe we won't do that. I think it's good to have new promos. I'm not discouraging trying new things, but if you try something new and it doesn't work out, let's say, this one's not very popular, I wouldn't recommend doing it again. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of conversation you can have with a client. You can say, hey, look, we tried that, but look, it wasn't really great. We only had 7 people click through. Normally we have a lot more people click on the email, but that one, or maybe it was the email itself. Let's say, the offer is a really good offer and only 7 people click. Did we do something wrong with the email? Maybe, did we forget to put the order button, like order here? You know what I mean? Maybe I'll check. I don't think that happened, but no, we didn't. So there it is. We got the order button, but that's another thing we can look at too. If we think, hey, why only 7 people? Maybe we forgot to put the order button, but we didn't. That's a really good graphic, by the way. Love that. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, that's just some things. They're just some important things you can look at. So actually, I want to quickly go to. I'm just going to choose another. Let me choose. I'll just choose another one random here. Seasoned Thai Gordon. All right. So I think that's B. Is that your one? Is that your client?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. So here we go. I just wanted to bring up a different one because I wanted to see a variety in the opens. So for this client here, yeah, so these numbers are good. So we can see we've got a variation of between 29 to 40%, 41%. So this this email here, that subject line was very popular. We had almost 41% people open that email.
Love the name, by the way, B.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and that might surprise, some people, so, but so you never know, like, you never know which subject lines or offers are going to do really well until you try it. But you can look at these stats, right? So that's a really good subject line because lots of people have opened it. Yeah. And I mean, overall, the percentages are great. Like this one overall is doing better than the other list we just looked at, Hoon Hey. And that doesn't mean that Hoon Hey's, like, if that doesn't mean the subject lines, all the subject lines in Hoon Hey's account are bad. What you'll find too, some lists are generally more responsive than other lists, depending, going from restaurant to restaurant. What I mean is, let's say we were to take these subject lines and use them in Hoon Hey's list, we would still get around 24%. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to say that this subject line got 41%. It's going to, it's going to get the same opens no matter which restaurant you use it on. That's not the case, because again, every list is different with the customer responsiveness. But so when you're looking at these figures, it's just within this restaurant here. So just for this restaurant, we can see which subject lines work best for these customers. All right, it's good to know. But overall, this is really good. Like overall, they're all really good subject lines. The open rates are really good. Yeah. All right, so is there any questions or comments about that?
I do. Not like comment, but like just like this one, we got like a lot of people open, but when we look at the unique clicks, it is like surprisingly that is lower than Hoon Hey.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So what, and I'm glad you brought that up, now. So what does that tell you then? What does that mean?
That people like open the email, but not like really clicking the link.
Yeah, I think the subject line is really catchy and catching all the intentions, but when it comes to like the deal itself, like the promo itself, it's not like that attractive to them. But the subject line, the headline is it's catchy. Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what it tells us. So and that's important for email marketing. We want to get both right. You know what I mean? We want to get a good subject line to get them to open, but also the message within the email or the offer needs to be good also. So in this case, for this promotion, I would, if I was to do it again, I would keep the exact same subject line. I wouldn't change it, but the content of the email I would change. So maybe the way the email is presented, the offer is presented, or the offer itself, we would change it. Yeah. And so, and if it's the other way around, if you find that, not a lot of people are opening the email, but a lot of people are clicking, then that means don't change the content of the email, but just change the subject line. Yeah. Cool. All right, very good. All right, and the last thing I wanted to talk about today is ad spend. So, when we get marketing clients, when they're on the social media marketing package, the minimum ad spend is $100, and when they're on the mega, it's $150. Now, I think one of the problems with not so much the mega, I'm not too concerned about, because the mega, because we're doing the direct marketing as well, they can see the results. They can see the increase in sales. But I'm more concerned about with the social media marketing package with $100 ad spend. There's not, a lot of restaurants, they don't really see, they can't really it's not very obvious the effect of the marketing is happening. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure a lot of you get the comment from those that are on the social media marketing package, oh, I'm not really seeing an increase in sales. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, they definitely are. I mean, we are definitely it is profitable for them. They are getting more new customers, which, especially when you consider the lifetime value of a new customer, it's making them money. But the problem is a lot of them, because they can't see, it's not very obvious, because you think about it, you know, a restaurant will get, you know, how many orders will they get in a month? You know, how many people will come in or call them or order online? You know, they'll get hundreds. You know, if we get them, let's say 10 new customers, are they really going to notice 10 new customers in a month? You know, they're not really going to know, you know what I mean? And so that's why they can get a bit disillusioned and think, is this marketing working? So what you can do, if you ever have, and the issue is with the minimum spend of $100, that's the problem is that with $100, there's only so much reach we can have, and there's only so much we can do in getting them new customers. So what I would recommend, if you're working with a restaurant and they've said to you, look, I'm not really noticing a lot of new customers from the marketing, or if they're really keen to get a lot more new clients, encourage them to increase their ad spend. So remember that $100 ad spend is a minimum. So you can invite them to spend 150, 200, 300, 1,000, you know, as much as they're comfortable with. And if you do that, if you do increase it, then the question is, well, where do I spend that? Do I spend it more on Facebook, on Google? Do I halve it? My recommendation would be definitely look at the stats, look at what's happening with both campaigns, but I would put more on Google than Facebook. And I'll explain why. Like when I look at the statistics, what I like about Google is that those that are searching on Google, when people see the Google ads for the restaurant, it's when they're actually looking to eat, to go out and eat. You know, they're looking for a Thai restaurant, or they're looking for a restaurant nearby, or, you know, so it's people that are actually looking for what the restaurant offers. They're looking for it right now. They're intentional. Whereas with Facebook ads, you know, Facebook is trying to reach the right audience, but Facebook doesn't know if someone wants to order on, you know what I mean? Facebook doesn't know when someone's wanting to order takeaway or go out to eat. Whereas Google does. Google definitely knows because people are searching, you know. So that's what I would recommend. Yeah, put more of it on Google than on Facebook. Is there any questions about that? No, all good. Okay, awesome. All right, well, that's all I had to talk about today. Was there any other questions or anything else anyone wants to talk about today?
Anyone?
No.
อันที่ซานบอกว่าซานแก้อันนั้นซานแก้อะไรอ่ะ
แก้แล้ว
ที่มันรีเจ็คอ่ะ
แก้ตอนเราเข้าไปมัน20เพราะว่าจอนส่งมาให้เราบอกให้เราไปดูเราก็เลยเข้าไปดูแล้วเราก็เข้าไปแก้เป็น21แล้วก็พับบิ๊กใหม่อีกทีนึง
เพราะเนี่ยก็แก้เป็น21เพราะว่าตอนที่แบบพอไปทำอันที่เป็นบาร์ใช่ก็แบบนึกขึ้นได้ว่ามันต้อง21ก็กลับไปแก้แต่อาจจะลืมเซฟก็ได้
อาจจะแบบไม่ได้กดพับบิ๊กออกมา
โอเคแต่แค่เรื่องอายุใช่ไหมไม่ได้แบบ
ใช่
เพราะตอนแบบก็งงว่ามันให้แก้อะไรอีกอะไรเงี้ยนะคิดได้
May I have a clients that their ad result is kind of very good, but their sales like just I will show you Pak Soi Thai street food, John.
Yeah. So you, I'll let you bring it up. I'll stop
Okay.
sharing. Yeah. Thanks. Is that your cat? Is that your cat or something, Manel?
Hi.
You say hello?
The
Hello.
invisible cat.
The invisible cat. It's got superpowers.
Yep.
Hey. Hello. So what's your cat's name?
I just call her cat.
Okay.
Yeah, because she has a name, but she's just like never answer to that name anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She just like act like she don't know that it's her name.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Here is her Facebook ads. So you can see that I think that it actually working great, but look at their sale.
So they've had
Yeah, I don't know why.
okay. So how long have we been running ads for them for now?
Let me see. Since December, 10 December.
Okay. So so if you go back to what that report that we're looking at now, just select just so sure, just so we're looking at the same time zones. So when you bring up the sales here in the shopping cart, also show us the same time frame in the Google ads as well. So we're looking at the same figures, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So go to like the last 28 days.
Yeah, or last 30 days, that's fine. Yep. Okay. All right, so the last 30 days, Facebook is saying that we've had 8 orders at a cost of $8.48. And what's the platform saying? The shopping cart. What's the shopping cart saying?
Yeah.
You also get like 8 orders.
Yeah, 5. Okay. So okay, well it's good that it's and it maybe those 3 returning are 3 that came through the platform previously. Okay. So it looks like all the orders they're getting okay, so they've got $277.79. Are we doing any Google ads for this client or just Facebook ads?
No, I didn't do the Google ad for her yet because she like having a problem with the billing date. She always has a problem. So I don't want to do the Google ad for her right now.
Okay.
I mean, she have a problem with the insufficient funds with her bank account, and I have to like call her every billing date.
Right. Okay. So, well, okay. So let's look at this. So right now, she's spending per month around $66. Is that right? Something like that. $66. Is this a so this is a where are they? Like Australia, Cabramatta. Okay. So we're spending $66 and we're generating $277 in sales, and they got this month 5 new customers. And you know what's the lifetime value of a customer? Do you know what I mean? So it's, to me, that's excellent. That's an excellent result for the amount of money we're spending versus the sales we're generating, and the fact that we've got them now 5 new customers. That's an excellent result. But if they think that, you know, we can only spend $66 and get them amazing results, do you know what I mean? That's unrealistic. But the results are really good. They're really good.
I'm concerned because like they do marketing with me for like 2 months now, and all time customer is just like 21 customers. Why
Again,
they got like all time website visitor like 1,000? I don't know why it's not.
As I check their menu, it seems like the menu is the name of the menu is Thai. You know, that's hard
I-
for the foreigner to understand the menu name.
I tried to
think
talk
it's
with her,
important
but
as well.
I tried to talk with her like, but she said like the name show how authentic, something like that. Like,
Yeah,
she want to keep them.
yeah, I understand. And she don't have a lot of menu. It's only for the Thai street food menu. Just that it might be that มีลูกค้าแบบเป็นเฉพาะกลุ่มอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah.
John, do you know the กุ้งแพ you know what is กุ้งแพ I don't know as well what is กุ้งแพ
well, I don't know. What is it?
Maybe that why we want to try some. Like, oh, what is this? Let's order it.
Because I'm very strict, but
Okay.
I'm very strict because I think that it is because of me or because of the restaurant itself that the sale is not increasing.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's look at it this way. So, every restaurant's a bit different, but this one's really good result. Again, you know, when you consider how much money we're spending on ads versus how much money it's generating, and the fact that we generated 21 new clients for them, that is an excellent result. How many months did you say?
2 months.
2 months.
Three,
Now,
three,
3 months.
3 now.
So again, what's the life? So we've got 21 customers. You know, what's the lifetime value of a customer? Do you know what I mean? So we can already see we've got some of them are returning. You know, when you get a customer, when you've generated a new customer to your restaurant, how many times, let's say they come back once a month to eat, over the period of a year, you know, that if the average order, what's the average order? $34.72. So for this kind of $34, so let's say that one customer comes back once a month. Over the period of a year, that one customer is worth around $410. Okay, so you've generated 21 times 410, that's $8,000. So that's what, so I mean, upfront, I mean, just the sales. So we spent $66 and generated for them $277 in sales. But I mean, that alone is good. It's not, you know, nothing to write home. That's not amazing, but it is good. It's a good result. But it's also, again, we have to realize it's the lifetime value of the customer as well. So the results are really good. But again, if this restaurant owner can't sort out their billing so that we can do more for them, spend more on ads, do more Google ads, then our hands are tied. But you should be very happy with the results. And you have to help them understand the results as well. And if they don't, and sometimes restaurant owners don't get it. Some get it. Some restaurant owners, they get it and some don't. But ask her what she expects. Maybe, but you know, no, you should be happy with these results, B. But also, if then they're not happy with the results, ask them what their expectations are. What are they expecting? What is it they're hoping to achieve? That's important too.
Okay.
But I guarantee you, if they were to have $66 to spend on marketing, and they wouldn't be able to achieve anywhere near the results that you've achieved for them.
Okay, thank you, John.
That's okay.
Do, do anyone have any idea or any comments?
I understand you. I understand your clients because for her, it's not 66. For her, she felt like she have to pay for the service, like for the subscription, for the like 200 or 300, and then another 100 for the ad spend. So for her, it's probably sound like 400 per month, and she got like 277.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. But what happens is over time, as that database is built up, so you have to give it time for it to build up as well. Again, it's about the lifetime value of the client. So we're just starting out. So it's like, if we were to look at any restaurant that we do marketing for, they all start off the same way. Do you know what I mean? But it's a long-term investment, but also it depends to how much they're willing to spend on ad spend. The more that they're willing to spend on advertising, they'll build up that customer database quicker. So the problem is if they, for $66 a month, it's going to take longer to build it up. Therefore, the other costs that you're talking about, it becomes less and less effective. They got to carry those extra costs longer. So that's why it's better for them to increase their ad spend so they can build up their list. So then that customer database that they're then working with is easily covering the costs. So I'm not sure if I'm explaining that very well.
Yes.
It's sort of the reason why we don't allow someone to go on the mega package unless they have 600 or more is because of what you just mentioned there, Manel, because of the costs involved versus what you're going to get out of the marketing. You need to have at least 600 customers. If you're going to spend money for us to and on SMS costs as well to do the emails and the SMS, you have to have at least 600 customers to make it worthwhile. And so the same thing is what we're trying to do here for this client. If they really want to see results quickly from the marketing, they need to be spending more money so we can get them more customers. $66 a month. If that continues, it's going to take way too long to build up that list. Good question. Good question. Thanks for asking.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or anything else you want to talk about?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, San. Thanks for having me.
I will stop recording and